Welcome back, everybody, to the PlayEX Arena at PeoriaCon 2025, and it's Grand Finals time! My name is HVValid64, once again joined here by Nerd on the cast, and it's time to hand out these magnificent... Wait a second, what's missing? Hey!
I've got a trophy right here.
Why did I tell you about not taking the trophies? We're handing out these magnificent trophies here for the PlayEX Arena Mario Kart free-for-all here at PeoriaCon 2025. And we got a stacked lineup for the Grand Finals.
Yes, this is exactly why I like coming out to LAN tournaments. I love watching tournaments on streams. It's amazing, but there's something about the energy when you're here in person. Not only does it change you as a player, it challenges your nerves, but it's just amazing in the audience to have that energy in the room whenever you have a big moment happen.
Yeah, definitely. As we take a look here quickly at our Grand Finals lineup, all of these players made it through a qualifier, some through a last chance qualifier, and then through a semifinals. We have Ant Linguini, the reigning champion of the PeoriaCon tournament. King of Lies, who finished 5th last year in the PeoriaCon tournament, if I'm not mistaken. 5th. Vertex coming out here from Ohio. LeBob, which has plenty of cloud support as well as support in the Twitch chat. You have Ian as well. We have Jinja Ninja with another big finals performance. Aerial Apostle, the runner-up and somewhat of a local. Apparently, local has family in the area. Mankalor, who I mentioned earlier, 2 runner-up finishes this year so far, looking for that first trophy. Lemons Fox, Danny Fathom, the #1 ranked player on the USMK leaderboards, and the Island coming in after a clutch performance in that 1v1 performance against Shadow.
This is the type of Grand Finals you really want to see. There's multiple favorites. Everyone here has somebody rooting for them. And then we have a couple underdogs that have been performing amazing and could absolutely challenge that top spot.
Yeah, absolutely. Everything is on the line here. At the end, I'm sorry, say again, Dave, I missed that. Oh, yeah, but before we can get into the Grand Final, we need to take a picture for the PeoriaCon people. So gather around, everyone. If you can, head right in front of a table. We'll take a picture together. There we go. People are coming in.
This crowd is dead. Wake up.
Come on, get some more energy in here. It's the finals.
These are the ones all right here.
There we go. We got Dave. We got Dave taking a picture for us. Perfect. All right. You can now head back to your stations.
I'll tell you right now, as a competitor, hearing someone cheer you on in the background while you're racing, that can really amp you up. So I know we have a lot of favorites here. Make sure you let them know that you're trying to let them help them win. Yeah, either in the Twitch chat or in the in-person audience we have right in front of us. Make some noise, everybody here in the audience. That's more like it. So a lot of people obviously rooting on all of these competitors here in what will be the 10th final match of this tournament. Yeah, I'm really excited to see this. I'm excited to see how the competitors from last year do, because I was inside of that mix-up as well. And then, yeah, there's just some amazing new people here as well, like I said. Yeah, definitely. A lot of underdogs, a lot of big names. You have a mix of both here in this final round. And we're going to be getting started here sooner rather than later once we get the all good to go. We did get, indeed, the all good to go, but the reminder is that this is now the most intense of them all. We went from 4 to 6. Now we go from 6 to 12. We have doubled the race count. This is the full set. This is where consistency really pays off. But at the same time, that whole idea of playing safe to make those top spots, you're going to have to get rid of a little bit of that and start playing more aggressive if you want to make the top 3. Absolutely. You want that top 3 because, again, the top 3 get these beautiful trophies we have in front of us when we get back to us, as well as the first place contender gets a secret envelope. Yeah, I heard about this mystery envelope. Yeah, interesting. We don't know what it can entail. But we do know what we are going to be, what entails. We are, for the first time... Oh, that's sus. That's very sus. But for the first time tonight, we have 12 people in this room. For the first time, 12 people competing back-to-back. No 11, no 9, no 10, 12. Bot shocks be gone. Bots be gone. Anything can go here. And speaking of shocks, this is a track where you're going to see a shock. There is no doubt about it as we're about to begin here. Everyone make some noise. It's the Grand Finals. We start off on Big Blue, the one of the 2 F-Zero tracks in the lineup here, Nerd. This has a couple of my favorite cuts. They're not the most difficult. They're just fun to ride, and they look real beautiful on screen.
Back in the early days, you would always see these clips on social media of everyone taking the infamous Big Blue shortcuts. Now they're pretty much ingrained into the track at this point, but they're still famous nonetheless. Ant trying to lead the field, but it's going to be King of Lies currently taking up a first-place position.
This is definitely a track that an Inside Drift likes to play, so we might see King stay up there for a while.
Meanwhile, Vertex taking the lead. Took a mushroom, I believe, on one of the cuts, or took a very tight corner to take that lead away as they enter into the second section. This is the section most famous for all of those shortcuts. Take a look at this corner.
Beautiful.
And that's just one corner that Vertex is going to take. The second one comes right up right after it, and already you're halfway through this section.
Now we'll be coming up to this glider section. Once that people start going towards the boost pads, that's where we usually see a shock happen.
Oh, and a back spam onto Danny from Vertex, making it so he couldn't get any farther. But that means it's going to be more difficult here. Again, the final lap begins. Also, the power items come out. Here comes the blue shell straight for Vertex.
Looking at this map, the pack is very, very tight.
Everyone's so close together. Stars and bullet bills. Meanwhile, Rav through the back. Jinja currently in the lead, trying to hold it for their own as they approach the final quarters. Dodges the red shell. Another one seemed to have been coming, but seems to have been negated. Jinja leading the pack. Avoids the green shell snipe, but gets hit by the red in the aftermath, and it's Vertex taking it away. Green shell's in front. The boomerang hits them instead. Aerial Apostles hit as well, and Vertex falls from first to ninth in the span of 100 meters.
And that's the aggression we were just talking about.
It's Lemon Fox out in the front, Bob in second, Mankalore in third.
Wow.
Honestly, that's surprising. We've been talking so much about these big names. Lemon Fox has been quietly under the radar all day, and here they are winning the first race of the GP.
Like I said, we've been seeing him play a little bit calm the whole time to secure this spot. Now they're coming out full aggression. We're seeing them fight. Anything could happen. Exactly.
Anything can happen here. We could see champions fall. Excuse me, champions fall and underdogs rise up. So anything can happen. It is Mario Kart after all.
Absolutely. We've got the former champion here. We have the #1 seed on the brackets right now here as well.
Yeah. I would like it to point out that currently, if you count the caster desk, the top 5 from PeoriaCon last year are all sitting on this stage right now.
That's amazing. Almost half.
almost half of the entire top of the PeoriaCon top 12 are on this desk right now if you count the caster desk. But we're going over to 3DS Rainbow Road, typically dubbed Moonbow in the community. Moonbow. We'll see who's going to be able to take advantage of the shortcuts on this track.
Yeah, this is definitely another fun track to watch. It's a little bit difficult if you get hit into the back to catch back up, so I'm expecting to see a lot of people front running and to have that aggression start right off the bat.
Ant's going to be taking these turns tight here to start off, looking for the advantage. Lemons Fox going to be taking the advantage as Ant gets dragged and falls off the map. This is not a map where you want to be in the back to start.
Mankalore and Lemons holding those top 2 spots, trying to keep their momentum going.
Lemons seems to be lagging a little bit because Nintendo netcode, even in a LAN environment, is very great. Danny all the way back in 10th, trying to save up their momentum, wait for the perfect opportunity, it seems.
Like sometimes you take the line so tight, even Nintendo can't keep up.
Yeah, exactly. King of Lies, meanwhile, in that inside drifter, known for taking those tight lines, going to be backing up, waiting for the island to use those green shells to get an advantage here with this mushroom. But so far, the pack is very closely tied together, all led by the pink Yoshi of Lemons Fox.
There's that aggression coming out. Also, Lemons, of course, trying to find something to protect against the blue shell.
Always could be. You always want to chain those items. You want to find the best possible items to keep you safe. Ian currently in 11th place right now. Needs a Hail Mary to find their way back up to the top. And Ant's still in 12th after getting knocked out very early, but has at least caught the tail end of the pack.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of people are struggling to find coins on here, too. It looks like everybody's getting starved out.
Final lap, or final section, rather, on 3DS Rainbow Road. Mankalore currently holding on to second with Lemons Fox in front. Red Shell starts to fly here. Mankalore looking for the aggressive advantage to take that lead away from Lemons.
Oh, a nice drag by King to keep that position.
Yep, Ian gets hit by the drag. King of Lies going up through this massive hairpin turn, but no one is stopping Lemons Fox. A second victory in the books for Lemons Fox to start off the GP. King of Lions throwing fire out, but is only going to salvage a 4th place finish. Lemons Fox in first, Mankalore in second. Vertex, I believe, clacked third, and King of Lies grabs 4th. Linguine rounds out the top 5.
Lemons is saying, I'm here to play, and I know that there's a lot of big names here, but I'm showing up, and you're going to have to catch up to me now.
Yeah, there's no doubt that Linguine is making it known. This is the mark where you stop. This is where I win every race. This is where you don't catch up anymore.
That's it. It's just push, push, push.
Keep pushing, keep making those moves. So we'll have to see if that momentum keeps up here as we enter into round number 3. We are 1-6 done with our finals already. Time flies by already, Knight.
Seeing some of my favorite tracks coming out here.
We're going to Boo Lake for our next track. We saw this in the semifinal last time. This is a track where you said can be more of a front runner, not so much of a smuggle track.
Yeah, it's a really good shroomer in my opinion, but it can be used as a front runner. Like I said, it's that nisk or die situation. If you can take that grass kite, you can easily hold a top spot here.
So we'll see as we take a look on Ian here. Finished 8th in that last race. Going to try to make a comeback here to find their way back up to the front. It's a track that can probably do it, especially if you're running these scooties. If I recall that they're faster in the water than they are on the ground.
That is interesting. I know they have the smaller hitbox, and they're also better at wall dodging reds, as you were talking about earlier.
I'll try to get a fact check on that if that's correct or not. But for now, Labob currently in 10th. We talked about how they were able to make their way up to this position, now trying to catch up to the mids. And you already see so much carnage. There's a lot of carnage happening at the front. Vertex and Linguini, meanwhile, are going to lead the charge. But Linguini gets hit by the boomerang. Mangalore takes the spot away.
Now, if this was me, I'm going for that rail every single time. It's not time to waste any seconds at all.
No, definitely. You cannot waste any time, especially when it comes to that sort of jump. Again, so much air time. Danny's going to get hit by Mangalore's boomerang. Still in 3rd, however, has a mushroom in hand to take this shortcut. Vertex seems to have missed the cut or tried to take the nisk, and Danny's going to take the lead away. Vertex right on their bumper.
And there's that rail strat we've been talking about.
Yep, the rail strat where you go on the side of the bricks instead of the ramp. It gives you less airtime, meaning you're back on the ground faster. Final lap on Boo Lake, and Vertex makes the perfect snipe to take the lead back.
And look who is in front again.
Lemons Fox back out in front yet again, but bomb in hand, throws it the wrong way. Vertex goes for the nisk, has the boomerang still to snipe out Lemons Fox and gets it done. Throws the boomerang back but misses the red shell. King of Lies now takes over the lead. Lemons Fox still looking for 2nd. King of Lies, though, is going to win on Boo Lake, sabotaging Lemons Fox's chances of winning every GP race.
Really unfortunate that rain didn't come back in enough time to block that red, but still holding down 2nd is really impressive.
I just overheard Jinja apparently say he got 6th, 6th, and 6th.
No, 6th, 7th, and 6th.
Okay, 6, 7, 6. I was going to say, something's not right if you're getting 6, 6, and 6.
And if I saw that correctly, it looks like there's already a 13-point gap between 1st and 2nd.
That already shows just how much of an impact Lemons Fox has made by winning those 2 races and getting 2nd on the 3rd. You already have developed such a big gap. The question is, can you keep it? This isn't a 4 or 6 race sprint. This is a 12-race marathon.
If this was a qualifier or semifinals, I'd already start to say this looks pretty locked in. But with 12 races,
anything can happen.
People can come back.
There have been people I've seen that have locked up the first few races and failed to make it to the end. So we go to Twisted Mansion for our 4th race of this grand finals matchup.
We're starting to see a lot of anti-1 picks in there. I think people are starting to push against this gap.
Definitely see if they're able to keep it up here. As I'm going to verify, yes, it actually is faster to go in water on the Mr. Scooty than it is on the ground.
That's very interesting.
That's very good to know. Probably why so many people snake with that combo. Begin here on Twisted Mansion. King of Lies will lead the field into the mansion, but the question is if they'll be able to keep up that lead for long.
Yeah, great try for inside drift, but when people pull the shrooms here, they're going to cut ahead pretty quick.
Yep, Hank going to be demonstrating that. Jinja, I believe, also tried to demonstrate that, but I think hit the bookshelf. But right now, it's pretty much set in stone. Lemons Fox at the front, Danny 2nd, Mangalore 3rd. All 3 of them battling it out for this title right now on Twisted Mansion. It's going to come down to really the wire, if it seems, but if Lemons Fox keeps winning these races tonight, we're going to eventually hit a point where we're going to say, how much more can people do?
There's still a lot of races left, though, so we'll see. And this is one of those tracks where you can be front-running, and you can lose it all in an instant, and I know that personally today.
We've seen Mangalore do some stuff on this track where he's come back going from the back to the front. We've seen people go from the front to the back on this track earlier today. Linguini Bros going to try to stay toward the front with the islanded Danny Fathom, who's currently leading the field into the trenches.
Yeah, people taking that cut is what starts mixing everything up. On the 3rd lap, we should start seeing a little shift. Danny goes in a really good position right now and should be able to hold on pretty tight.
Very good item set here for Danny. Going to go for the vector glide out of the sewer. which that's a strategy I never mentioned, but the fact is that you can actually drift off the glider and it will actually make it faster because you have to turn. You're faster when turning than you are going straight. Final lap on Twisted Mansion. Danny Fathom leads the field, but the question is, will it remain?
This is where we're going to start to see a lot of excitement happening, depending on what items are behind Danny right now.
Le Guin is currently behind him. The Island behind them. The Island gets out of Le Guin, and someone removes the blue shell as it was going toward first. Someone used a super horn on the blue shell when they were not in first. Oh, and Danny misses the wall dodge too. The Island now takes over the lead, heading into the final section. Anything can happen, though.
The question is, can the Island hold on? This is a major cut here.
Island looking for it, comes into the final corner, no mushroom in his mirror. The Island takes Twisted Mansion. Danny Fathom secures second, Aerial Apostle fourth, and I believe that's either Manklor or Jinja in third. It's Jinja all the way in third, and Lemons Fox, three top two finishes, then falls to 10th, I believe.
That's a major shift.
The only good news is they still have an 11-point advantage, I think.
Looks like a 10-point, and then the thing with, we were saying earlier with the Island, a name I haven't seen before, I'm not going to forget it after a day. This performance just keeps coming up.
Yeah, especially the Island has made a pretty strong performance. They haven't been like all at the top, but they've definitely been a strong contender throughout the entirety of the day.
Very impressive.
As we take a look at our lobby, I love the people saying that they use tilt controls, but we're starting to see some of those more obscure track picks. We're seeing DK Summit, we're seeing Cheeseland, we're seeing Mario Circuit 3 for the first time in the track selections.
I like most of these tracks. I wouldn't call Excite Bike the most interesting track in the world, but probably better than Baby Park at least.
We can get our next track selection. We're going to Waluigi Stadium, as Danny Fathom, who was previously on this test, states it, B-dubs.
B-dubs. Waluigi Stadium is an excellent test of skill. Can you hold on to that left rail? Do you know how to stay on the half pipes low? If you are a very talented player and you know this track well, you're going to be ahead.
We'll have to see if these players are going to be up for the task. As we get a look at Aerial Apostle here at the front of the field with a 4th place finish there on Twisted Mansion. Race number 5 commences, and the madness begins on these few couple of hairpin turns, and you already see people slipping out. The Island starting to fall back after such a good performance on Mansion.
Little chaos happening here in the cut as people are trying to get around each other.
Yeah, it's like trying to fit 100 cars through a single lane highway. It's just not going to work unless someone gives an inch. Ants, however, is going to be taking the lead right now with a peach on their bumper. I want to say I know who that peach is, but I'm not remembering right now. But still, there's a mirror full of contenders, hungry contenders, looking for a win here on Stadium. Labob in 6th, Manklor back in the top 5 as well. Everyone is fighting for their lives on Waluigi Stadium.
I see a lot of shrooms coming up.
Labob gets hit. Danny Fathom now in 2nd place behind Ants, trying to catch up in that perfect opportunity. We also see some power items coming in. You see 2 stars there, or at least 3 stars on the mini-map. And also the backspam from Danny Fathom on that cut, making sure no one can take advantage of this position.
Looks like it looks like Vertex is holding on to this shroom. Gets ghosted, but just pulls another one. So ready to be strategically used as planned.
Vertex in 3rd, has an opportunity. Meanwhile, Danny Fathom seems to be right up on Ant's bumper there at the top. You can see the 2 Yoshis colliding. Ant gives up the position. Danny Fathom now has the lead on the final lap of Waluigi Stadium.
Ant's looking in a good position, and I don't know if Vertex rolled for a new item or not, but was in a little bit of an awkward position when we last saw them.
Danny Fathom loses their mushroom to another ghost. Still has the super horn in hand if the time allows.
Wow.
King of Lies with a very powerful item could make the difference at the right moment. Blue shell is initiated. When does this item get used is the question. There it goes. The bullet bill behind him gets shock dodge, and Danny Fathom gets the brunt force of that blue shell. Vertex now takes the lead away, but there's still hungry competitors behind them.
Really good shot by King of Lies. It's some excellent map awareness and timing it just right to make sure that blue hits the second time.
Vertex is going to take the win away here on Waluigi Stadium, and looks like they tried to secure a 3rd place finish. Manklor gets 2nd place after a bad finish on Twisted Mansion, and all of a sudden that gap from Lemons Fox has gone away.
From 13 to a 4-point gap now.
It's insane what Mario Kart can do in these stressful situations. You think you have it in the bag, and then you go into the second half, and all of a sudden you're looking down the barrel.
It's exactly why I love this game. There's a lot of different factors that equalize each other, that give everyone an opportunity to really fight it out.
We take a look once again at the track selections. We have Neo Bowser City coming back out on the track selection. London Loop, Cheeseland back out again. It's going to be interesting to see what tracks we get.
I'm not sure whose me is who. I keep seeing that Moonview pick. I know that's one of King of Li's personal favorite runners.
We'll have to see, because obviously it's not too hard to tell. I mean, Aerial Apostle's easy. It's the big lips one.
That is known as Dollar General Jules. It's Jules me, but we altered it just a little bit.
Well, we're going over back to Spain. We're going to Madrid Drive for the halfway mark in the grand finals here. It's going to be interesting. Vertex was the one, actually, I think, who picked Moonview. So.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, it would make sense from first, absolutely.
Yeah, 100%. So we'll see if anyone's able to do it with six races after this in the barrel. Let's race on Madrid. We remember what happened here last time. I thought Mangalore had it in the bag, and turns out the island swooped in for a victory to claim their spot in this position. We'll see if they're able to do it again. Lemons Fox, such a good start. The flame may have died out. The question is, can they bring it back?
Yeah, this is one of those tracks where it can be really hard to get coins when the pack's running this tight.
The bomb out in Atocha Station. King of Lies flies right over it. Cool Marios don't look at explosions as King of Lies tries to find their way forward with this inside drifter. Throws all the bananas into the Prado Museum.
There's that aggression we're talking about, trying to hit those players up front, but unfortunately missing the item set while doing it.
Ant currently leading. Danny Fathom looking for a slipstream. Aerial Apostle also in the area as Ant gets hit by a stray fireball. Danny Fathom back spamming the boomerang as he's now in second place.
Yeah, looks like Danny's trying to get a little distance with his top pack so he can do some work.
That's typically what Danny's been doing. They've been trying to separate themselves so that they're only with the top two. Mangalore throwing fire all over the place as they enter into Plaza Mayor. Meanwhile, Aerial Apostle back out in front.
Yeah, unfortunate timing on that, especially as you're coming up to this cut.
Yeah, they're just going to be backing out, waiting to make sure they don't get hit by the red on the glider. King of Lies has a star in hand. He's going to get hit by one before they activate it themselves.
Yeah, King of Lies, even with these items, is really going to need something.
Yeah, sometimes the items are not all you need a little bit more luck. Labob has a Piranha Plant in third. The island is second. Danny is first. Final lap on Madrid as they make their way back to the Segovia Viaduct, and Labob can't dodge the red shove at the wall. Aerial Apostle looking for the opportunity. Danny Fathom in the lead. A good item in hand to keep him protected from literally anything in sight as he goes into the Santiago Bernabeu Stadium. Anything can happen as they go through this area. But it looks like Danny Fathom, we're not going to have an insane ending like we did last time on Madrid. Danny's going to cruise to what I believe is his first victory in the grand finals.
A nice, calm ending. Danny got up there, held his position.
Oh, Linguine got hit right at the line. Aerial Apostle took away that third, and Linguine fell back to 6. Ooh, boy. The reigning champ not having a good time, but the gap once again is wide, and Lemons Fox 10 points over Vertex.
That third and fourth place is really fighting it out right now. First and second is still close enough for anything to happen. That's a great first half.
Yeah, the first half of this Grand Prix has been enticing and exciting, to say the least. We still got one half left to go. 6 more races to go. It ain't over yet.
When it's this close and there's less and less races left, I know that pressure as a racer starts building up. You get a little bit of that anxiety, those race jitters, and you just get more and more aggressive.
The only person I would say who's not feeling any of that right now is Lemons Fox, because they got those 2 wins and that second place to start off this Grand Prix. They already have put a comfortable cushion, but you can't let anyone unstuff that. You need to make sure that cushion is sealed up tight, because the last thing you want is to lose it all when you don't want it.
Yeah, you never want to underestimate the competition at any point.
As we head over to Paris Promenade for the 7th race in our Grand Prix. The competition's getting tight here. It's getting tight indeed.
Yeah, one of my favorite tracks, really good runner, but you can see some strange things happen towards the end because it's such a long track.
Lemons Fox already preparing their horn, getting ready to try and get another good finish here. Another second place for them in that race, so they are definitely doing really well thus far in this Grand Prix. The Paris Promenade could throw a wrench at things because this is the most varied of every tour track in the game.
Yeah, Lemons keeping a calm head, not trailing right off the bat, making sure they get some.
Apart from video problems, but we'll get those sorted as quickly as we can.
Luckily, Dave is so amazing at production, he can fix that real quick for us.
Yeah, Dave. Everyone give a big cheer for Dave for helping sort out all these technical issues and all the production this weekend. He's been doing everything he can. As we head over here to race number 8, if you're coming back from that broadcast, the only thing you missed was that Ant stealing a win on Paris Promenade. Of course, it was Paris that crashed the PC. Lemons Fox is going to be holding back, it looks like.
Exactly the same thing I would do. This is not a track I personally front run. I think from the back you have a lot more opportunity. There's almost always a shot guaranteed.
I'm looking
for dodges.
I like how I see a lot of people taking the outside ring on the fountain back there. Linguine is going to try to go for the front running move, however. I don't blame him for trying here. I mean, you already see over half of the pack is smuggling right now in the back.
Yeah, that's pretty scary if you're up front right now.
This top 4 group right now, which is Island and Linguine. Also, actually, no, it's 5. I'm sorry. King of Lies and then whoever the Kamig is, they're all fighting for some sort of opportunity, but the rest of that pack that's in the back is going to be coming up quickly. Lightning Bolt already used. Linguine is going to get the brute force of that. Reed Shell in hand, King of Lies right in front of him. But you already see that those players in the back are already starting to make their way and close that gap between 5th and 7th.
Whoever used that shock was definitely paying attention to their other players. I believe I saw only 1 dodge, maybe 2.
Yeah, I definitely saw at least probably only 1 star in that dodge, so not the worst thing in the world. We're taking a look here at everything going. As we're taking a look, Linguine still holding on to 4th place, but that could change as we approach this final lap. Look at how many stars are behind Linguine on that mini-map.
Now here's what I'm thinking in the back of my head if I'm a racer is that 30-second countdown since the last shock was used. You have 30 seconds until a killer can respawn, which is going to bring it right towards the end of this lap.
I think it's a battle between Ant and the Peachette up at the lead. Blue Shell is going to try to negate that. Everything on the line as Ant gets hit. It's the Peachette taking the lead. All comes down to these final corners. You got to hit these humps. You got to make these shortcuts properly. Linguine in a perfect position to do exactly that. But he has to try to get by King of Lies. At this point, do you play safe or you go for the aggressive play?
Linguine's been really patient with items, and I have a feeling he's just waiting to use this shroom at the cut unit.
Island, Linguine, Lies. That Island, Lies, Linguine. That is the top 3 as we approach this final quarter. Linguine's going to take 2nd away. The rest of the pack chasing on his bumper as he tries to keep away from Danny Fathom. He's not going to be able to save it. Danny will steal 2nd, but Linguine gets a respectable 3rd place.
Beautiful patience by Linguine. I think I saw him roll through 2 item sets and hold that red and shroom to take it all the way to the cut.
I would also like to point out the fact that there is a 15-point gap right now between 1st and 2nd.
First is here to make a statement.
It could all come down to the absolute end of it all. As we get a look at our next track selections, it's all going to come down to see what happens. Seeing a lot of interesting track picks while we're at it. We have DK Mountain up there in the top as one of the picks. You have Bangkok Rush, Berlin Byways. Everyone trying to take advantage of what they can.
There's definitely a clear split here of the people that are wanting to roll some dice or maybe bag, and people who just want to keep running and stay up top.
Take a look. We are going to Rome Avanti for the next race. I believe this is race number 9, if I'm not mistaken.
One of my favorite tracks in the game. Really good utility track. Can be used for a lot of different things.
Yeah, Rome Avanti, definitely a step up from the Tour version, especially that final lap. So long, lots of opportunities for shortcuts, lots of opportunities to take that lead away. Linguine plays us a little musical tune. We begin here on Rome Avanti to see who is moving on, to see who has a chance at this championship. Reminder, the point right now between 1st and 2nd, which is Lemons, Fox, and Vertex, is 15 points.
And Danny took no hesitation up there to pull out that green and defend himself. He's going to be trying to hold on to that for the cut. It looks like Ariel's going to go ahead and make it through.
Lemons Fox going to be able to take this lead away. Has a mushroom in their hand as well, so they're prepared for the first blue shell. But anything can happen still. They're actually going to use the mushroom to go on the shortcut. Interesting strat.
I actually think it's a smart decision. You're going to have to use it at some point anyway to roll for defense, or you're going to be stuck. Might as well use it in a big cut.
Good point. Vertex, however, right on their heels. We talked about it's 15 points between 1st and 2nd. Right now, it would be 18 points. Make that 20 points if Vertex finishes right here, and so does Lemon Fox. It's going to hit Vertex as well. King of Lies going to get hit as well. It is a pandemonium toward the back, but it's Lemons Fox just running away with every inch, taking in the advantage.
This is what happens whenever that second, third, fourth all start attacking each other for those top spots. Front, you see, will just start breaking away. And
final lap on Rome Avanti. Blue shell is in play. Lemons Fox has the tools to get rid of it, though. The blue shell is there, but the super horn negates it. Lemons Fox continues their tremendous lead over the rest of the pack.
Well, that is a significant breakaway right now.
And Vertex, you can see in the middle of the pack, actually falling back even farther, forced to use the bullet bill. It only comes down to a lightning bolt at this point to save anyone's chances of winning this.
And it looks like Ant has gone ahead and waved the flag, so I'm not going to challenge first. They're too far ahead. I'm going to hold down this second place.
Might as well. Vertex trying to make their way forward as they go on the glider. Green shell, red shell, and star. And gets hit right at the line. Trying to protect her position and loses 4 of them at the end.
Ant was being so patient, being smart, holding on to that second place for a top spot to lose it right at the very end.
And the gap, once again, continues to increase for our leader. It is up to 21 points.
That's a lot.
That is a lot of points at race number 9
I'd say
12.
I'd say sometimes players are doing so well they start to get that target on their back. I don't know if it matters in this situation.
No.
It's just still going.
I feel like everyone's trying to target out the leader, but are also targeting out themselves by accident.
And that's exactly what's happening. Yeah, that second through fifth, we're attacking each other so hard that Lemons could just sit back and keep pushing forward.
We take a look at the track selections here with only 3 races left. We are 3/4 done with the PeoriaCon 2025 Grand Finals, and it all comes down to this. Nest Bowser Castle 3 will be race number 10 as we head into the double digits for the first time today.
If you're Lemons right now, you're happy. You keep seeing runners getting pulled up.
Lemons needs a track. Lemons just needs all of these front runners they can get. They cannot fall back. One step back, and Lemons loses this title. And it all could come down to this. Nest Bowser Castle 3. All the Yoshis trampling on top of Lemons, trying to take that lead away. It's about 6 Yoshis all at the front with a Mario mixed in, a Peachette, and a Peach as well.
It looks like we saw one Yoshi actually drop back at that set.
I believe that's Danny Fathom all the way back in last, trying to go for a smuggle play. Island switching over to Peachette as of Paris Promenade, I believe, or the race before. Trying to make their way up to the front here with 1 coin to the name. It's going to get hit by the Thwomp, though. It's going to slow them down a little bit.
King pulling ahead. Again, another good runner for an inside drift. But there's a lot of racing left to try and hold on to this lead.
King of Lies wants better than 5th at PeoriaCon. They're going to try to chase down the leader, but the question is it already too late? Fire flying. LeBob barely dodging and staying alive to grab the runner-up position.
Amazing evasion on that fire, especially on such a tight runway.
Meanwhile, King of Lies remains out in front. We're entering into the final lap. It all could come down to this lap.
King of Lies must have saw the last race and said, you know what, I can have a breakaway of my own too.
Final lap, LeBob in 2nd, King of Lies in 3rd. It's a battle between Vertex and Mankalore in 3rd. Maybe Jinja is also in the mix. Ariel Postel also in there. It is a tight-knit battle for 3rd. Lemons is back in the battle as well. They're made their way back up to 2nd and are 1 step away from securing this title.
This cut's going to be huge if they can pull the right item.
Cut makes it. Grabs a coin, though. That is not the item you want. They're going to try to go deep in to try and take that spot away from King of Lies. Lemons Fox might be in the perfect position to take this entire thing for themselves. A 2nd place finish. Where do their competitors finish?
You know, if I'm Lemons, I'm totally happy with 2nd. I'll take it.
It looks like Mankalore did finish 3rd, so the title is not all wrapped up yet. It is a 23-point gap between 1st and 2nd.
Also a tie for 3rd right now at 77 points. So there's a tight fight happening for this 3rd place trophy.
This is going to be an absolute mess of an 11th race. Lemons
excited.
Fox has 1 race they need to do well in, and if they don't, the 12th race is the one they have to fight for. This could come down to the wire, but it depends on race number 11.
I'm excited to see what happens with race number 11. If I'm in here picking tracks, at this point I'm embracing the chaos. I'm just trying to throw a wrench in the system because it looks like the strategies that we've been using so far, it just hasn't been working.
Sky Garden will be the pick here for race number 11. This could be the determiner on who wins this championship. Lemons Fox, a 23-point gap ahead of Mangalore.
A lot of advantages on this track for Lemons. Short track, hard to pull shock, not very baggable, minimal cuts.
The magic number is 15. If Lemons Fox is 15 points ahead of second, they have clinched the title before the final race even begins. And right now they want to make sure that happens as they take the lead and run away.
Now this mid-pack's going to have to remember if they all fight each other out, they're just going to hand it away. So hopefully these players are thinking not just about themselves at this moment, but also it's race 11 of finals. Everyone's going to be really amped up.
Lemons still in lead, Vertex in second, Jinja third, Aerial Apostle in fourth. All of them fighting it out for the title here today. It could all come down to this race before the 12th race even begins. The bomb throw coming out from Vertex. It only hits Jinja and Aerial Apostle. It doesn't hit Lemons. Lemons is still running away with the lead.
Blue shell
in play. Does Lemons have a dodge item? It doesn't look like they do. They'll get hit on the glider and fall down to the depths. No, they actually are still alive.
They're holding on, still alive.
I think they might have had a dodge item, but they do get hit by Vertex. Final lap on Sky Garden.
First has been overtaken.
Lemons Fox now getting sent back. They get hit by the fire from Aerial Apostle. Aerial doesn't want Lemons winning this title. They want to win it themselves, but they get hit by the red shell. They're falling back to the pack and are able to barely dodge the bomb, but Lemons got hit by the bomb. They're back in 11th. Jinja in second. Double items for them. They have to go for the Nisk. Linguine is up toward the front. King of Lies is there too. Labob trying to take a win away. King of Lies, Linguine, Labob. It's a battle for the top, but it's going to go to Linguine. Wow. It's going to go to King of Lies, I think. King of Lies swoops in for the title, and it's not guaranteed yet. I don't think so. Actually, no. 19.
No, so now we're fighting for 2 and 3.
We're fighting for 2 and 3. We have our champion before race 12 even begins.
I don't remember. I think it should be a 7-point gap. I didn't see the number there for fighting for third.
Well, it's going to be tight to see who gets these titles. Again, we still have second and third place trophies.
I just can't believe we're here. It's the last race of grand finals already at PeoriaCon.
Yep, we've made it to the last race. Make some noise in the crowd.
London Loop.
London Loop will decide the final positions for the 2025 PeoriaCon Mario Kart tournament.
Yeah, London Loop, where the first 2 laps don't matter.
Anything could happen on London Loop. We've already seen it's a 19-point gap, so the title is already decided. But every position from second to 12th is still up in the air. What will happen in London?
I was wondering if anybody was going to do some circles.
Labob's going to be taking the London Loop. So is Mangalore. So, I believe, is Linguine. And so is Ant. They're just going for it.
Yeah, on this track, this is really where you're trying to smuggle up shrooms as far as you can to try and take the final big in cut and then get into a defensive position quick.
I think Ian went through the loop twice, so they're all the way in the back of the back.
On this track, it's not a terrible spot to be.
Not the worst place, but definitely could be better. King of Lies gets hit out from the lead. The Island and Jinja will take their spots. King of Lies able to dodge that red shell with a perfectly timed button press.
I think I got to hear him spamming that L button from here to get it out that quick.
Island currently leads, but there's a long line behind them of drivers. It's the first half of the pack and then the second half that is all the way in the back looking for those powerful items.
It's oddly quiet up here. Not a lot of people using power items in the back. There must be a lot of people holding on and getting ready.
The Island still leading. Mangalore right in their rearview mirror. Mangalore trying to get a second place finish this year. King of Lies in third. Trying to take it away, but a back spam from Mangalore.
Now, Mangalore, I believe, is up in one of those top 2 or 3 positions.
He is currently second, if I recall, so he wants to snap another runner-up finish.
And if I also remember correctly, King is the challenger, so that aggression is not random.
Final lap on London Loop. Final lap of the PeoriaCon Mario Kart tournament. And the blue shell has been spotted. Island is going to back up. Everyone just backing up, not trying to hit the blue shell. But Island's going to get hit by it anyway. Now it's Danny Fathom and Jinja at the front.
Danny shrooming, I think, trying to pull shrooms here, which is perfect.
The perfect ghost onto Jinja. Danny Fathom steals the triple mushrooms away after using that build to get to the lead.
He has to pull a defensive item here since Jinja has that red, or someone has to cut behind him and become a shield for him.
Danny Fathom now takes that long shortcut, has defense as well at the front. Jinja in second. Guess who's in third? It's the champion. Lemons Fox still battling it out even though they've already won the dang thing.
Let me say, you know what, I'd like a couple more points just to add to the record.
Jinja in third, trying to fight his way to a good finishing position, but at the front of the pack, it's Danny Fathom with a lightning strike to seal the deal. And coming off the final corner, your 2025 PeoriaCon champion is Lemons Fox.
Now, Lemons isn't done yet. They're going to have to come up here and talk to you.
When they do, but for now, the total has been set. Lemons Fox is your champion. Probably the most unknown in the entire field on this desk, and somehow they come away with a victory.
Not unknown anymore. Now I want to know, where's the next land? Where are we going to be fighting this out again? I want to see Lemon some more.
Yeah, definitely. What a performance from Lemon Fox here today, and what a performance from all of our grand finalists. Give it up for your grand finalists at PeoriaCon.
While we're waiting for wins, I'd say this was just such a well-run event, and I don't cast very often, so it's nice to be here, and things, other than a couple freezes, have run just so smooth and amazing.
Yeah, definitely. What a performance. Again, a big shout-out to Dave, our producer, on the other end of the booth. He went back and forth through everything to get it all done, as well as a big shout-out as well to PeoriaCon for hosting the event, providing the space for us to run this amazing production at the end of the day. Couldn't have been done as well without you, Nerd.
Yeah,
Thank you for casting with me.
It's so great to see the event grow, too, after over some time.
Yeah, big shout out as well to my co-casters today. Mankalore, Nerd, Danny Fathom, I know is over there. All three of them helping cast out for the amazing tournament we had today. But now it is my honor to introduce to everyone here our champion, Lemons Fox. Congratulations, my friend. 123 points to your name, taking the championship. How does it feel to be the PeoriaCon champion?
It's really good. I mean, this is my first LAN. It was a lot of fun. I'm happy with all the people I met. That was probably the best part. But
first LAN. So now you have 100% win rate at the LAN. So you get to brag about that for the next couple of months.
Yeah.
So how long have you been in the scene? Because I've never recognized the name going into today. So
I started by playing CKL about a year and a half ago, but I really got into competitive kind of a year and 3 months ago is when I joined an actual MKC team, and so I've been playing since then. Generally.
Okay, so been around the scene for a while, but your first LAN tournament. Hopefully we get to see you again at other LAN tournaments, because this was an absolute pleasure to see you. Any shout-outs you want to give out to some people?
Ant and Accident, they're the reason I'm actually here. So, Ant has bought the place that we're staying in, and Accident drove me here. So I definitely have to shout them out. And then just shout out to all my friends for all the support that they gave me throughout all of this.
Yeah, definitely. It's a great honor to be here. So what's next? Your first LAN tournament, you come out and win. Are we expected to see you hopefully in other LAN tournaments in the future?
I want to go to more LANs. It's just it matters if I have time.
Yeah.
I'm a college student, a little busy with school, so I had time this weekend, so I came out. So
yeah, definitely. Well, congratulations again on your victory here at PeoriaCon. There is the mysterious envelope that PeoriaCon has brought to you. And I also have for you a beautiful PeoriaCon 2025 Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Championship Trophy. Congratulations again, Lemons Fox,
thank you.
on your great victory here today. And now let's take a look at those full results at the end of the day. Somehow we ended up with tie for second place between King of Lies and Mankalore, 96-96 to them. Vertex and Ant close out the top 5. Then Linguini Bra taking up 6th place. the reigning champion, unfortunately dethroned here today. Jinja Ninja getting 1 point away from the top 6 will instead have to settle for 7th. Then Danny Fathom in 8th place. Ariel Postel right behind them in 9th. Labob in 10th. The Island in 11th. And Ian, unfortunately, taking up the rear with 49 points in 12th place.
King and I have agreed to do a rock, paper, scissors for the first dibs at trophy.
Okay. All right, well, Mankalore and who else was it? King Elias. King, come on out here. I'll give you this. I'll give you the seat so we can see this intense action.
Okay.
All right. Rock, paper, scissors to determine who gets 2nd or 3rd.
All right. Yeah. Wait. Do you want to call it? Yeah.
We're doing best of 3
Yeah,
first
best of
off.
3.
I'll call it. All right, ready? Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. 1 point to Lies. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Yeah.
Mankalore
Let's go.
takes home what I would assume would be
place.
2nd place.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Actually, they're slightly different. So 2nd place is this one, and then 3rd place is this one. So I'll go with the 2nd place trophy.
Yeah. And also, as a part of being in the top 3, alongside alongside all the people who got top 3, head over to the registration table because you have an extra prize that you're
Extra
getting.
prize. Okay.
Courtesy of our great producer Dave, getting us the producer. But yeah, what an amazing tournament! Thank you all for coming out here to PeoriaCon 2025 and the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe tournament. But that is going to do it for all of us here. For my wonderful co-casters, my amazing producer Dave, and everyone else here at the PeoriaCon venue, my name has been Bowsy. Until we meet again, we hope you all have an amazing night, and we hope you'll come back tomorrow for more PlayEX Arena action at PeoriaCon 2025.